November 24th, 2021 Luang Phosri Suriya Khemarato's Satya Dharma reflection. The form up of the body and mind is a lot, Forming up to use the body and mind, looking, seeing and knowing, thoughts, recalls is a lot. Therefore, simultaneous purification has to be given the essence of that which has nothing to do with non-attachment to the utmost and consistently, so that it will be purification of extinction and emptiness with all the form up of wisdom, of knowing, the yarn, the mind and opinions. The formed up of mindfulness, concentration, contemplation, power of perseverance, spiritual insights, and Dharma. All of these are the formed up things. Sense and sense objects are formed up things. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind are formed up things, temporary formed up things. Let's purify simultaneously with the extinction and emptiness altogether, with all the formed up things. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachments, which is the essence to be given simultaneously with the formed up things. There is no need to be considerate with the sky, the earth, air, water and fire, all the four elements, form and formlessness, body and mind. There is no need to be considerate to the body and the mind in whatever ways. There is no need to be considerate to thoughts, recalls, feelings, emotions, and the mind. There is no need to be considerate to all of these because they are only the states that are formed up temporarily. They are just moment to moment formed up things. So however the formed ups of any moment of minds, simultaneous purifying through the extinction and emptiness. Let there be the simultaneous purification of the formed up at the same time in itself. Simultaneously giving the essence of that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to the utmost. With this, it will not lead oneself to circle with it and to be preoccupied with it only. Then it will be called enable to utilize the formed up things. Utilizing the formed up things and purify it at the same time. Dissolve it at the same time, well with it. That which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment to be given consistently. Don't be afraid to lose all these mind within feelings, emotions, recalls and thoughts. These are all about temporary things, temporary manifestations. Don't be afraid to lose all these looking, seeing and knowing. When you utilize all these things, purify it at the same time, which is called simultaneous purification of emptiness and extinction, which is called blessing. Simultaneous blessing. Later on, once one knows that one using the mind too much, then know how to use it in moderation. If you know that you use the mind too much will create preoccupation with it, then use it in moderation. To enable to use it in moderation, how is it? Enable to purify through the extinction. uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, to be given to the utmost, so that it will be true uninvolved. That which has nothing to do with the mind nor non-attachment, to be given to the utmost consistently, so that it enables oneself to utilize the body and mind in moderation. All the aggregates, sense and sense objects will be used in moderation with the essence. Otherwise, it will be delusion within knowing, seeing, thoughts, recalls, which is going to create karma and karmic difficulties and circling with it. Working as well, simultaneous purification of extinction has to be enabled. It doesn't matter if the purification is slow or fast. However, just do it. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment, it will not regret being the body nor the mind. It will purify the attempt to be with the body and the mind. What is it? It's the delusion that overlays the body and the mind. It's the delusive attachment that overlays the body and the mind. This is the attempt to dwell. The delusion and the delusive attachment that attempt to dwell within the body and the mind. The essence will simultaneously purify all the attempt to dwell delusively within the body and the mind. With this, one will not take anything to become karma and karmic difficulties. All the perceptions within itself, within all things, will be bygone. There is no need to regret to lose all the sense and sense objects, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind. This is called ayatana. There is no need to be afraid to lose anything. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment altogether. It will be the purification of extinction that is given simultaneously, giving ending to all karma and karmic difficulties in all attributes of desire, delusion, and delusive attachments. All the attributes of cycle of becomings and samsara will be given ending, will be given purification simultaneously. Therefore, whatever that is all about being carried away with karmic habits, there is no complication to it. Just give ending instantaneously. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given to the utmost, it will be beyond concentration, beyond meditation, beyond mindfulness, beyond meditative power and special insights, beyond wisdom, beyond contemplation, which is called purification of emptiness and extinction, actually. This is not just about mind. Already said, that which has nothing to do with non-attachment. It is the essence that concludes toward the essence of cutting deluded knowing or the enlightenment. To be limited to just mind or non-attachment or disregarding will turn into equanimity, will turn into a meditation solely. That which has nothing to do with non-attachment to be given all the same. That's why this is called nothing to do with being still or not still, being peaceful or not. that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given all the same. This is called nothing is within stillness or not stillness, indifferent or not. Nothing is within being peaceful or not. With this is called purification of emptiness and extinction as a language terminology that's formed up to be called. In truth, it is meaningless in itself. This is not just about my or not my. All that which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment will be beyond my or not my, beyond attachment or non-attachment. It has the sacredness in itself, enough, immeasurably, for all the past karma and karmic difficulties, and also for the present karma and karmic difficulties. Even though there are so much continuation of the form of body and mind in whatever ways, until there are so many uncountable preoccupations with it, with all these whirlpool. However, the sacredness of the essence will purify instantaneously for all of these karma and karmic difficulties of the past and the present. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given all the same. This is subjected to the power of deliberate cut-through. My is my, non-attachment is non-attachment, uninvolved is uninvolved. Period. There is no need to be considerate to the heaven and earth at all. Heaven and earth purifies themselves through extinction, through Nirodha and Nibbana instantly. And use it for the blessing, which is called compassion and great compassion. Use it for all and everything within the cycle of becomings, within samsara. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given immeasurably to the whole samsara, to the whole cycle of becomings. It will be the purification of extinction and emptiness in the way that is immeasurably. Use it for all things within samsara, within cycle of becomings, turning into the great compassion. Purify through the emptiness right away, dissolving the samudaya to help one another. Let's dissolve the suffering and the causes of suffering to help one another right away. Dissolve karma and karmic difficulties to help one another right away. Use it with everything, even the climate or the weather. There is no exception. There are already a lot of realms of existence that overlapped within the climate, within the weather, within form and formlessness. Within all the nature, there is no exception. Within all the swamps, all the ponds, all the rivers and waterways, there is no exception. All things and all elements, there are overlapped of all realms of existence within there. There are already a great number of these overlapping realm of existence within everything. Therefore, that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment has to be given all the same with everything. No matter towards all living beings or not, whether it's humans or non-humans or whatever things that are not called anything has to be given the essence all the same, so that it will be the purification of extinction all the same with everything. With this, it will be equal blessing without differentiation, without differences. And it will not become as a kind of having steps before or after. It's just equal, simultaneous. So that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given all the same. Mind is a good cutting already, but go beyond cutting. Purify through no traces right away. Purify through the extinction and emptiness right away. The Anupap or the mighty force is as such. Don't try to give exception too much. To be giving exception too much, there will be no deliberate cut through in blessing with deliberate cut through. Do you know deliberate cut through as blessing? Use that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment with everything, so that there will not be an obsession with compromising with anything. Not being obsessed to give exception to anything. Don't give exception even to one's own mind. Giving no exception not only with samsara's mind, but also one's own mind. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given to the utmost, so that it will be deliberate cut through. Deliberate cut through in giving blessing, in purifying through the extinction and emptiness. The wisdom is also a form of thing. So therefore, don't be deluded to itself. Purify the wisdom at the same time. All the yan or knowing is also formed of things. So don't be deluded to yan. Give the essence of that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment all the same with it. Purify through the extinction and emptiness to the utmost. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given to the utmost and constantly. This Anupap of deliberate cut-through will gradually increasing within samsara. There is instant effect in the way that is extremely to help give ending for samsara. Cannot be obsessed with lingering, otherwise it's gonna be a burden. This is beyond good mind or bad mind. That which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment is beyond both good mind or bad mind, beyond pure mind or impure mind, because it's not the mind. It will be beyond all types of mind, whether it's ordinary mind or not ordinary mind, because it's not the mind. That which has nothing to do with non-attachment is the essence of direct Nirodha and Nibbana. It is not about any types of mind or any types of Dharma. And it is not about practicing. Go ahead simultaneously, all the same with everything, through the essence. looking, seeing, or knowing has to be given extinction at the same time. This is not just about sightseeing, looking, seeing, and knowing. Train yourself to give extinction simultaneously with all that, looking, seeing, and knowing. Train yourself to purify through the extinction. Bless it. Whatever you think of, whatever you recall of, train yourself to purify through the extinction at the same time. Bless it at the same time. Not to just continue on and on in the way that thinking and recalling with karma. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given simultaneously, so that it will be the blessing through purification of extinction and emptiness at the same time. The recall, which is the ambassador of the blessing, the thought that is the ambassador of the blessing. The recalls and thoughts can be an ambassador of what? It is the ambassador of Nirodha and Nibbana or not. It is the ambassador of giving ending to help samsara or not. Or is it just an ambassador of karma and karmic difficulties, solely about thinking and recalling? It's just gonna be only vibhak. When vibhak linking with vibhak, what will happen? There will be a lot more of exhaustion, Vedana, and hindrances will be more. Inseparable also will be increasing. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself intensively to the utmost. The anupab of helping through unwinding and liberation will be helping greatly. Not to be obsessed with creating karma and karmic difficulties greatly, on and on. With this, it will be greatly helping through the unwinding and releasing. Not to let karma and karmic difficulties to be massive. Go beyond good heart, bad heart, beyond the mind. Give the essence to the utmost. Don't be dwelling within having the mind in this way and that way. Go beyond the mind and the heart. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself to be given to the utmost. It will follow accordingly to the true uninvolved. Do you know this is beyond friendship? Beyond friendship. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself is beyond friendship, beyond siblings, beyond husbands and wives, beyond sons and daughters, beyond lineage and families. Do you know? The uninvolved even within itself is like this. It has great gratitude, immeasurable gratitude. The anupab of helping through unwinding and liberation and giving ending is greatly, is immeasurably beyond being a status of siblings, beyond being in a status of anything, beyond even oneself. All these days there is irritation because there is oneself there. It's irritating. Oneself, day by day. All these identity of anicca, dukkha, anatta. identity of karma and karmic difficulties entirely. In the end, oneself, having oneself creates difficulties and troubling. Go beyond oneself. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachments, all the same. It will be beyond oneself, beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond anything. The anupap of purification of extinction and emptiness will be greatly, will be immeasurably. To become anything, to become any damn thing is irritating, entirely irritating. Being as Brahma, being as this and that, because it's still being, beingness. Aren't you irritated? Is it fun? Being obsessed to be is so irritating entirely, because it is still remaining as beingness. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself to be given to the utmost. This is the essence of deliberate cut-through in blessing, solely helping through unwinding and releasing and giving only ending to one another. Aren't you irritated to be as this and that, or is it so fun? Let's be informed. To be even oneself, to be as oneself is so irritating, because that is so repetitious as being oneself day by day. You know very little about it. Uninvolved even within itself, well with it. This is subjected to compassion and great compassion, to form up the body and the mind. That's why the body and mind is appeared as an ambassador to give ending, to help samsara. Don't think too much, don't think deeply, don't think trivial things and all the damn things to create too many stories. Thinking into the lanes on and on. Even the main road, the main way is not the way. Being obsessed with significance and meanings, even a tiny bit, is not the way. Don't be obsessed to think into the lanes. Why having trivial thoughts, Forming up as body and mind, as life in any moment, is just to be an ambassador of giving ending, brightening for all beings, leading all beings to give ending accordingly from all beingness of themselves, giving ending of delusion. Therefore, don't lose the point. Conclude directly to align with the essence, to give ending, to help oneself and all things simultaneously. Don't be obsessed to lose the point within one's opinions, creating one's opinions to be deluded to it by oneself. By having one's own identity, having oneself, day by day is creates irritation. Day by day, there are only just repetitious activities. Do you know that? Having fun, huh? There's only the condition of anicca and dukkha entirely. Eyes has to see, ears has to listen, nose has to smell. Is it fun? The tongue has to perceive taste. Is it so much fun? It's all about context and clashes. It's repetitious things. It's endless. It's something that unable to have enough because it's anicca. Therefore, be deliberate, cut through well with all beings, with the whole samsara. Be deliberate to cut through with the world, with all and everything. Be deliberate to cut through well in giving ending, in purifying with the emptiness and extinction. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be given well. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself. To be given all the same, well with it. With these, there will not be any differentiations at all. There will be no differences or no differentiation. Purification of emptiness and extinction will be given all the same, evenly. This is not truly having fun by having eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind and life. All these significance and meanings and involvement is not truly fun. It's all about exhaustion. There's entirely suffering. It's all about circling so well with the essence. Such a thing is not such a thing itself. Mind that has nothing to do with mind itself. Uninvolved even within itself, well with it, so that it will be purifying the delusion to be without flaw altogether. Therefore, all the expression of form and formlessness, body and mind, in every behavior, in all attributes of form up of behaviors, it has to be concluded towards giving and sacrifices only, not just to do something for the sake of oneself, for obtaining or attaining, practicing for attaining. No. Conclude towards giving and sacrifices and blessing only. Blessed with the purification of emptiness and extinction simultaneously well. Uninvolved even within the uninvolved itself, simultaneously within the blessing. Otherwise, the blessing will become karma and karmic difficulties. One must conclude towards the blessing well. Bless through that which enable to give ending. Purifies the blessing simultaneously. There are so many variations of factors in blessing which relies on, which are subjected to karma and karmic difficulties from the past. However, you have to conclude for the blessing so that it will be coming down towards purification of emptiness and extinction, enable to give ending in the blessing, enable to bless. Uninvolved even within itself, so that it will be helping through unwinding and releasing. That's the blessing that has the conclusion, which enable towards giving ending itself. Otherwise, the blessing could create karma and karmic difficulties in the blessing without conclusion. It will be as such. Go ahead. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself, to the utmost so that it will purify the circling opinions and meanings. It will purify all the titi, all the knowledge and opinions through the purification of extinction and emptiness. So give the essence to the utmost. That which has nothing to do with the non-attachments, that which has nothing to do with involvement or uninvolvement to be given consistently.